All right, guys, I'm back again. We finished the main underquilt, which was Pollock's according to the website, and now we're going to start on the second piece, which would be the top quilt, which could be the top quilt, or it convert to a double layer on the bottom quilt, or the underquilt rather, and then you have a folding pattern also to give you actually triple layer of protection when it's really cold. So the instructions are really good on the website. So I, use this video just as a reference to see what I'm doing, but really that website's got some really good instructions for it. So this is the second down blanket from Costco. Already ripped the seams, horizontal seams. Okay, so basically I've got long baffles going all the way down the length of these runs. And basically, the designer that created the design for this, he initially had a pattern of how we're going to attach the rest of these snap clips, and this is just printed out from the website. This is all on the website, and I'll give you links to this stuff. This was initial design, but since I started the build of this one, he's updated the design. It's a little more elaborate socket pattern now, and we'll show you this. Like I said, it's all online, and this more elaborate pattern allows for a foot box to be created in the bottom of the top quilt when you use it as a top quilt. So I've already showed you how the snap cam pliers work, and we did that with the first blanket, and basically all we're doing now is we're just following this pattern. It's very well laid out. The squares match exactly to this Costco blanket. They're numbered. They tell you exactly what to put where. Socket face up, stud face down, stud face up. They're all color coordinated, so it's really easy to follow this. So basically, no need in filming me, basically snapping this, another 70 times or so. So I'm going to go ahead and just follow the instructions here, snap all this together, and then once I get done with that, we'll revisit and I'll show you how things fold together based on these patterns here, and we'll go from there. So I finished with Castor, which is the blanket that can be used as a top quilt. It can use as a double layer when you attach it to Pollock's, the bottom underquilt. So you've got a double layer, and then it can also be folded when it's attached to Pollock's to give you actually triple layer underneath you. So first thing I'll do is show you the top quilt. Basically, this is the design. There are two designs out there. When I started this, the designer came up with a second design to this, which adds a foot box to it. And so I went ahead and went with that design. Both of them are on the website. The printouts are fantastic on everything there. So first thing to fold this up is we're going to go longwise to edge. This is my long ways right here, and we're just going to snap the long side together, and everything should just snap to. Just so. Just a couple things I've learned when you're putting these on. The author went to great job putting really good charts together for you, what goes where. Pay really good attention and take your time. It's kind of measure twice, cut once, because I put a couple of these the wrong kind in the wrong places and work on getting them out. Basically, if you do that, I had to get a set of pliers and basically squeeze the daylights out of this stuff to get it to snap, or break if you will, and then it would pop apart no problem. So, but that's basically what I had to do. So that's our top up there. This is our long, all snapped together. So we can, what's going on here now. We got a whole bunch of snaps down here. We're going to attach the first three snaps in the middle of this quilt. So we're going to attach the three inside snaps as we're attaching here. And so we're going to put those together and these together. All right, that's first step. Now what we've got here is we're going to take this side and we are going to roll it in. This guy and this guy down here. Okay, and then we are going to take our guy right here on our two edges here. We got our snaps in here, and we're going to fold these over. I'm going to come right over to here. Oops, wrong ones. Come right over to here. Snap. And another one at. And snap. We've got our attached foot box here, so we got a little more room for our feet there. And that's basically what you've got there. Okay? That's the first way to set this thing up. So what I'll do next is I'll show you how it attaches to Pollock's. And that's probably the way I'm going to use it, because I'm going to give this thing the maiden run this weekend. I'm going to do a 3-day overnight trip up in Virginia, and so this will be the maiden voyage for this Gemini quilt. Give it a shot. And I'll follow up with a review after I get back from that trip and let you know the ins and outs of how well it worked for me and everything else. So. Alright, so when you want to have a double layer, what I've got is on the bottom is Pollux. They've got my my clue attached to it. We've got all of our snaps here. Okay, I'm going to take Castor, the blanket we just finished. Okay, we're going to line it up. We're going to find the centerpiece. I know the centerpiece by this button here is a different color here. And by the way, it's a good idea to coordinate your snap caps. But basically what I did is I bought the snap cam pliers. They came with 100 caps, and it was like 5 different colors of 20 each or something like that. And so basically the numbers didn't work out real well. So I've got some different colors mixed matched throughout here, but anyway, it'll work. So, but anyway, find the center here. Find your 7th snap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and my center. And basically what you're going to do, here's where our the nettle is attached. And what we're basically going to do is we're going to leave the nettle where it's at. We're going to unsnap this piece, and we're going to snap this onto Castor instead, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to basically work our way down. Now these are offset, okay? So there's going to be a little offsetting, which is good because what that does is where these seams are, obviously you don't have the loft in where these seams are at, so you're going to have seams every other position. So what you'll have is you'll have good layering of the loft there. So the design of this is really well thought out, to be honest with you. And I know he said he got this. He made this design based on a lot of things that people have had input over time. I guess on the website there, or different design ideas about these do-it-yourself underquilts. And we don't worry about the last one down there on the underquilt. And we're going to snap the side together, go this way too. And basically we've got our double layer on this side, and we're going to do the exact same thing to the other side of the blanket, and then we'll going to go from there and hopefully get this thing hung up and let you see what that looks like. All right, so here's the hammock. I got it hung up in my kids' room with the Gemini Underquilt. You see I've got it laid out there. I've got the double layer going on, and basically what we do, we've got our clue suspension coming up here, and basically I got these snake skins on my hammock here, but just kind of tie it around the end of the hammock here, and you'll see the clue suspension, and here's our carabiner. And you don't want this tight, okay? It needs to be so that when you get in the hammock, that basically it's not going to compress this, because that would kind of ruin the whole point of the whole thing. But so you want to not have this tight, you want it up against it, but when you lay down the hammock, you want this to be just against it, right? So this is basically the Gemini. This is a Hennessy Explorer ultralight hammock, and again we're just tied on over here at the end here, and I've got my clip on. There's the clues, and you just basically spread this all out. You can see I've got the double blanket design here where they're doubled up for the fall mode, I guess. And basically that's the setup right now for the Gemini, and I will put this thing to the test later this week. I'm going to head up to Virginia, and we're going to do like a 3-day, overnight trek up near the Appalachian Trail in the northern part of Virginia. And so I'm going to test this thing out, see how well it works. But right now I'm pretty happy with the results. I've got about 4 hours into it. You know, the seam ripping was obviously the biggest, the longest part of that thing. But then, you know, just take some time working through the snaps and where to put them. But like I said, the instructions on hammockforums.net are just amazing. The author that put this together, they're very good instructions, easy to follow. I just made the video to kind of give you something to look at, so you kind of see what the end pieces look like, how you use the cam snap, so when you read it, you kind of got an idea of a little bit better visual of what's happening there. But the guy put together a fantastic, or whoever did, put together a fantastic instructional on text there on the website there. So anyway, I'll include all those links, and we will go from there. Basically, there you have it. I just took it down, rolled it up, just kind of give you an idea. That's my hand. I got small hands, by the way, but you can see it's not that very big. I'll put my foot back, give you a better idea here. Whoop, there we go. So not too big. Folds right up, and that's actually, you get two, when you get it from Costco, you get a 2-pack of these packable down blankets, and each one of those comes with a compression bag. And so that's one of the compression bags. We're able to put both the blankets, I got them bundled up in there, folded up, and both the blankets are in that right now. So we're good to go. So hope y'all enjoyed this. If you have any questions, just comment below, and check out the hammockforums.net and check out the DIY section, and there'll be a lot of helpful stuff out there. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.